What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel, and in this video I'll be giving my 4 best NBA player props for today's NBA slate. Before we get into the analysis, I just want to recap the past couple of days we've had. Unfortunately, been just dealing with personal issues, haven't been able to post a YouTube video, and just been inactive in the free side. But let's just recap the wins we've had in VIP these past couple of days. You guys can see here, we catch his 3-man in our VIP. This was game 6 2 days ago. We had Sengun over RA, Jabari Smith over points, and then Draymond Green under PRA. We cashed his 3-man for the 6x multiplier. Next, you guys can see here, we cashed a 4-man here with a tennis play here and then 3 other NBA plays from that same game. Scrolling further down, you guys can see we cashed another 3-man tennis play. Here was a 2-man tennis play, another 2-man sleeper pay with Jimmy Butler's points. Now, just jumping into today, so you guys can see here, we had Ty Jerome over his PA, and then we had Moses Moody under his 3-pointers made. So both of these plays are sweat free. Now we're waiting for Jason Tatum under 9.5 rebounds, which I'll also be discussing this prop in today's video actually. So stay tuned for that. We also catch another 3-man here with Ty Jerome over 17.5 PA, Aaron Nesmith over 12.5 points, and then Donovan Mitchell over 8.5 first quarter PRA. And then we catch another 3-man here. We had Fran Valley points, and then Jimmy Butler assists, and then Curry points. This was a live play that was sent in our Discord, and we cashed another 3-man here today. So we have been just killing the NBA season overall, up a ton of units. So if you guys are interested in the VIP, you guys can check out the Dub Club here. So you guys can see here, you guys can join the free Discord here with the free community. But if you guys want access to all our plays, you guys can join the VIP community here. So you click subscribe here, and then you guys can look at the packages here. There's a 3-day free trial. If you guys can try it out, and if you guys don't like it, you can just cancel. But after that, for example, monthly is just $1 a day for all our plays. So if you guys are interested, the link will be in the pinned comment as well as the description. Now, if you guys want a free way to get VIP, you guys can check out my affiliate apps here. But you guys can see here, just want to mention my Picket account, guys. The Picket does not lie. You guys can see here, we're up 130 units in this year alone. What that means is, if you guys are $100 better and you guys tailed every single one of my plays, you guys are up 13 grand as a $100 better, which is just absolutely insane, guys. That's just a testament to the success we're having in our VIP. Just our credibility. There's other people, they're never gonna they're not transparent at all. They're never gonna show this. So you guys can see here, proof is right here. But yeah, let's just jump into if you guys want a free way to get VIP, all you gotta do is use my code bankroll on Chalkboard or Dabble, and then just deposit the required amount. So for Dabble, it's gonna be $5. For Chalkboard, it's gonna be, I believe it's $25. So once you guys do that, you guys can get 30 days of free VIP. Just message me and I'll hook you up. And also, there's a new offer here. If you guys use code Brian for Props Edge, that's a tool I'll be using to conduct my research on these player props. You send me proof that you use my code as well, and I'll hook you up with a week of free VIP. So, and also, guys, like goal is gonna be 80 likes for today. So if this video gets 80 likes, I'll be giving away 30 days of free VIP to a random comment as well. So make sure to do that. Just helps boost the algorithm. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, turn on post notifications and all that. Really appreciate it. But yeah, let's just jump into the Dabble play I have for you guys today. So I have a 3-man for you guys, and then I will be going over a bonus pick. So here's a 3-man here. So my first pick is gonna be Mikal Bridges. So let's just jump into Mikal Bridges here. So jumping into Mikal Bridges, let's pull up Mikal Bridges here. So let's Mikal Bridges. I'm taking his points over 13.5. So taking his points over 13.5. You guys can see here the amazing hit rate over his last 10 games of 70% here. And then if you guys look at his last 20 games, 80% here. Now some of these games, he played barely any minutes. So when he plays, you know, he's gonna play the whole game. But if we're conservative, let's say he plays at least 30 minutes. So when he plays at least 30 minutes, he's over this line 90% of the time in his last 20 games. So I just love the data here. You know, he's been clearing this at a very consistent rate. Now if we look at the head-to-head, so head-to-head, guys, he's cleared this 4 out of his last 5 times against the Celtics, averaging 17.4 points in the span. So yeah, I just love the data here. Whoops, I just adjusted his line on accident. But yeah, 13.5. So just looking at data here, I just really think he can get at least 14 points to clear this line. Looking at the stats here, nothing to really go over on his play type and shot chart analysis. You know, we know Celtics is a very good defensive team, but I just think this line is just too low. So yeah. And then one of my favorite research tools that I've been using a lot lately is RotoWire. So if I just search up RotoWire here, if I just pull up RotoWire, you guys can see here, RotoWire's projection on Mikal Bridges' points is heavily favored on the over. So if I just click Mikal Bridges here, you guys can see RotoWire is projection for Mikal Bridges is 17.34 points. That's a huge difference, almost a 4-point difference between the projection and the actual line. So I love the data here, what I'm seeing, and I definitely see Mikal Bridges going over. I can also look at DG Fantasy. If you guys are interested in all these tools that I'm mentioning, you guys can check it out. Link will be in the bio. So if I just pull up Mikal Bridges here, you guys can see we're getting 4% EV on this play. You guys can see all the sports books, Pinnacle, FanDuel, DraftKings, all these sharp sports books, they're heavily favoring the over. You guys can see, for example, 13.5. It's heavily juiced minus 146 on Pinnacle, which is the sharpest sports book in the world. So yeah, if the sharpest sports book in the world is favoring the over, I'll be favoring the over as well. So I'll be taking Mikal Bridges over 13.5 points. Jumping to my next pick, I'll be taking Porzingis over 17.5 points. Or not 17.5. On Dabble it's 17, but you guys can actually take his line at 16.5. It's probably gonna bump very soon, but on Underdog it's still at 16.5. But I'll be looking at this play at 17 as that's a play on Dabble. So yeah. So yeah, looking at 17 points, you guys can see the hit rate is not looking too good. You know, he's only cleared this 4 out of his last 10 games. And the last 20 games, it becomes a little bit better, but still, the hit rate is not looking that good. However, you know, some of these games he barely played any minutes. So if we look at advanced filters here, let's look at his minutes. If I pull up RotoWire, let's see how much minutes he's projected to play. So if we look at Porzingis here, so looking at Porzingis, if we look at his projected minutes, you guys can see here he's projected to play around 30 minutes from RotoWire. So if let's just be conservative, let's just say he plays at least 27 minutes. So when he plays at least 27 minutes, you guys can see here he's cleared this line at 80% rate in his last 20 games. So I just love the data here. Now if we look at his head-to-head, you guys can see here when he plays at least 27 minutes or more, he's over this line in his last 5 out of 6 matchup against the Knicks, averaging 23.8 points. And you guys can see his last matchup against the Knicks, he absolutely torched them. scoring 34 points, 11 to 19 shooting, just amazing. And then yeah, so love the data here for sure for his over. And then if you guys look at his matchup, nothing to really go over here. It is the postseason. These stats don't even really matter. But the Knicks are weak in the pick and roll, man. You guys can see here. They're the 7th worst team, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's the postseason, but keep in mind the Knicks are really weak to the pick and roll, man. So, which is where Porzingis scores majority of his points. So, yeah, just combining all these factors, I just really love Porzingis points here. We can pull up Porzingis here. Let's look at what his prop is looking like on DG Fantasy. So, you guys can see here, Porzingis points, we're getting 3% EV on this play. So you guys can see sportsbooks are also heavily favoring the over at 16.5, and the line is also moving to 17.5 as well. So yeah, I love Porzingis here for his points. My last pick, let's just look at it again. Yeah, this 3-man. So the last pick is going to be Hartenstein. So let's take a look at Hartenstein. Last pick is going to be his PR. So let's look at his PR here. 17.5 PR. So you guys can see here, the hit rate is he's cleared his 5 of his last 10 games. In his last 20 games, he's cleared his 13 out of 20 times. So the hit rate is not that good, but if you guys look at his head-to-head as well, head-to-head, he's gone over every single time against the Nuggets, and I see him continuing that trend, especially with this matchup here. If you guys look at the Nuggets, you guys can see the Nuggets are the worst shot zones, the worst defense on the court is under the rim and in the paint. So you guys can see all that green under the rim, which is where Hartenstein scores the majority of his points. Additionally, you guys can see here, this is gonna be a very fast-paced matchup against OKC and Denver. So you guys can see, Denver plays at the 10th fastest pace in the league. So what that means is there's going to be a ton of opportunities, just stat opportunities in general, more rebounds, more points, more assists, just more, more possessions in general. So yeah, taking Hartenstein over 17.5 PR. So that concludes the 3-man double slip here. But now I have a bonus pick for you guys, which I mentioned earlier. I'm waiting on this slip to cash out a 3-man for one of my 3-mans I posted in the VIP. So it's gonna be Tatum rebounds. So let's just look at his rebounds real quick. So taking a look at his rebounds here. Yeah, I'm loving his rebounds under 9.5 rebounds. So you guys can see here, he's only cleared this 4 out of his last 10 games. Last 20 games, he cleared his 7 out of his last 20 games. Now, if you guys look at his head-to-head, you guys can see here, he has not cleared this at all against the Knicks. He's only cleared this 2 out of his last 10 games against the Knicks. And then his recent game where he went over, he had 13 rebound chances and converted 10 of them, which is, I would say, is pretty lucky. Usually, he should, if I see someone getting 10 rebounds, his rebound chances should be around 18 to 20, but he converted 10 out of 13. And then you guys can see his other recent games against some of the Knicks, 14 rebound chances, and then 9 rebound chances. Yeah, 6 and 7 rebounds. Went way under this line. So, and he still played heavy minutes in this games, by the way. He played 48 minutes, 37 minutes, and 37 minutes. So, Tatum is going to play around that minute range as well. And I just believe 9.5 rebounds is a bit too high. So I'll be taking the under on his rebounds. Also, the Knicks play at a slow pace, which is going to limit possessions. So yeah, I'll be fading Jason Tatum for his rebounds. So those are going to be my 4 picks for today's NBA slate. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and peace.